all love free champions, especially if it's a free legendary. I have finally gotten Leminisi, and it is time to actually build her so that she can help me out with my faction wars. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. I have officially reached day 7, which means it is time to actually go ahead, collect this champion, and technically share it, because if you actually click share and say I decide to click on one of these, even if I don't do anything, even if I don't even have a Twitter, I can go ahead and collect everything for her, which is kind of nice that they've let us do it that way. So going into here now, officially have this champion, close everything. Now I didn't log in at all today yet, so now is my time to actually go ahead and grab her. So as I had mentioned, when it comes to the faction wars, my Sylvan Watchers has been severely lacking, you guys. Like, it's almost laughable how bad. And that's actually on both of my accounts, because I do have 2 accounts that I play, and yeah, it's the same on both. This account's slightly better in the sense because I do actually have Lady of Areth in here, and then I do have some good epics as well. Now, going in, I'm wanting to know when that faction wars is actually happening. 3 days. I was hoping I could actually try her out and show you guys already. Alas, that won't happen, but that's okay, because at the very least, we can go ahead and try to build her. Now, as a reminder, I have been playing Raid for probably about approaching 300 days, just to give you an idea of where I am at in this game. Maybe give you an idea of my gear as well, because I have nowhere near end gear. Honestly, probably not even mid gear, but we work with what we have. And if you are a new player, then maybe this will help you out in actually building her and what you want to focus on when doing so. Now, first thing is first, I typically will check the reviews just to see, and this is kind of what I expected. I feel like a lot of people thought this when they saw Leminisi and her skill kit, and they were like, oh, she's not groundbreaking, she's not an amazing login, she's nothing compared to XYZ champion we've gotten in the past. Well, all of that is true. I do still think that if you are a newer player to this game, you're lacking champions, that she's going to be helpful. For me, for example, I showed you guys with my Sylvan Watchers that, yeah, for me, she will be helpful. I'm gonna build her at least to 50. I probably will not take her to 60 right away, but definitely doesn't hurt to actually build her to 50. Now, as a reminder, her aura is ally attack in all battles by 25%. First skill does attack an enemy 2 times, and essentially, if the target is under a shield buff, then the hit has a 25% chance of decreasing the value of the shield by a bit, and it's going to ignore part of their resistance as well if they're from the Corrupted Alliance. Now, if they're not under any shield buffs, instead we'll ignore some of the target's defense. Second skill attacks an enemy 2 times, each hit having a chance to remove a random 2 random buffs from the target. And then again with that whole Corrupted Alliance thing. Third skill attacks all enemies 2 times, first hit having a chance to heal reduction debuff, as well as a block buffs debuff. And then with the passive, so receives 15% less damage for enemies under reduction debuffs, which means we are going to want some accuracy on this champion. Fills this champ turn meter by 5% whenever an enemy receives a shield buff or is healed. So yeah, looking at her skills, definitely a champ that you could use in the PvP. As I said, for myself, her main place I'll be using her is definitely faction wars, but she is a legendary attack type, so those are the stats that we're going to want to focus on today. Being a damage dealer, we are going to be focused on things like crit rate, crit damage. We want some speed on there, although I don't necessarily want her to be the fastest on my team. If anything, I want her to kind of be slower. Again, that's if I'm speed tuning her to everybody else, which for now, it's really just faction wars is my plan for her. So instead, we're going to try to get maybe around 100% crit rate. We'll see what we can do for crit damage. I am hoping to get some decent accuracy on her, because I don't necessarily want to rely on the fact that if they're from the Corrupted Alliance, then we get a little bit extra there. So we're gonna kind of see what we can do in terms of those stats. Now, I do still believe stats over set, so I'm not going to try to force a set necessarily in here. However, if I can get some of them to work, then all the better. I do not have that insane gear to really put her onto something like a Merciless or Pinpoint, any of those ones, Stone Skin. I don't have any of those types of gear, so I'm already going to push that out of my mind because I know it's not going to work. So instead, let's first of all go into the fitting room for this. I am thinking potentially if I can get into the Savage gear set, so I can ignore some of the enemy defense and really capitalize on her being an attacker. And then for a second set, I can potentially do, I was gonna say maybe this one. potentially divine critical rate, but we're gonna see. Maybe perception, but for now I'm gonna start with the savage and then kind of go from there. Now my goal is about 100% crit rate. That's all I really need. Some accuracy, crit damage, and as I said, in terms of speed, some speed on her is not going to be a primary stat that I'm aiming for, especially because I'm not her in arena. Now if I was using her in arena, I still wouldn't want her to be the fastest on my team, but I would probably want a little bit more speed. So for my own needs and me using her in really primarily faction wars, that's kind of the build that I myself am going focusing on. So starting with boots first, usually I will do speed boots, but I actually don't think I really have any speed boots. So instead, let's maybe go in with attack boots, and this is already leveled, which is kind of nice. Next, we're gonna go over to gauntlets and see. I do have crit rate, but I think I'd prefer crit damage actually. Let's go into crit damage for primary stats and see where am I even working. So I mean, in accuracy, I've got something. It's got, you know, it has some speed. It's got some accuracy. That is potential in there. If I do go down into savage, which is kind of what I wanted when I was leaning towards. Obviously, I don't have that, so that is completely out of the question. Not going to happen. So maybe I will go with an act set for the second one instead of perception. Again, not necessarily a bad thing, because with perception, I liked the added speed in there, but same time, I'm not going to try to push the set versus the stat. I think it's going to be more important. So that's okay. We're going to go with this for now. You know what? Let's go in with my accuracy and see what else we potentially have in here. So I think for the chest plate, we would most likely do attack. Still in the fitting room. Just want to make sure. Let's go. Not the best. Not the best. What do we have in terms of boots? I don't have speed boots here either. Okay, so that's not going to happen. Maybe in the shield. Oh, this one might not be too bad because now we're going to need a little bit of crit rate. We'll keep that on her. And then what do I have in terms of weapon? Maybe this one. Maybe that. Ooh, that might be even better. Okay, let's go back to savage now. So for the chest plate, it looks like attack is what our options are. This one hasn't been upgraded. Let's see where this one goes. Bring this to 8 or not. Bring it to 4. Or you know what? We're not going to be able to upgrade this piece of gear. It's a side. I can't use it even if I wanted to. That's weird. Okay, maybe I'll have to. It says to contact support. Maybe we will. I guess we will go with this one because I can't even use the other ones even if I wanted to. Okay, so for crit rate, I'm still at about 49%. I'd like to get that higher. So let's see what we've got going on in terms of critical rate, substats, crit rate. Okay, let's see. Ooh, 19% here. That is comparing to something we haven't even upgraded. Do a quick gear grind, bring this to 12. It avoided crit rate altogether, so be the winner for now. There you go, 63. Next, let's go into, which one did I give her? 19. I don't think I could do better than 19. Oh, the crit damage on there is tempting, but I do think that's probably our best bet. Okay, next we do have helmets. So we've got 14. Let's upgrade this one and see. I'm just gonna bring it to 12. We got 12. So the one on the bottom is still better by 2. Okay, what about this one? The shield. Shield we might be able to play around with a little bit because it looks like I've got. So this one does have some crit rate. Ooh, we hit the flat HP twice though. But 13% there. Oh, this could be a good one. Both crit rate and crit damage. Come on, crit rate. Oh, kind of split. 11. I guess I should upgrade the shield that I kind of have on her right now too and see, right? 15. This game. Am I gonna upgrade everything that's got critical rate on it? Thinking about it. 11. We did have 13 here. Some resistance, less accuracy. Do I want to do this? Is this the option? This isn't too bad actually. My critical rate is not quite at 100. And I feel like this one is not giving me a whole lot with the flat defense, the flat attack there. But I mean, it's not terrible, right? Yeah, we got some more there. There you go. I'm gonna bring these guys all up to 16. We'll see what we end up with. Ooh, nice. We got accuracy on that one. Come on, crit rate. If it hit flat HP again, it might. Ooh, resistance. Do I want to swap this one out? Bring these guys all up to 16 and see. Nice. There we go. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with this build. I think for where it ended up, this is pretty good. So I did end up with the savage accuracy. So I have my accuracy up. My crit damage now is in a comfortable place where I think I'll at least get some output out of her. And then crit rate, I wanted it at 100. I didn't quite hit that, but I am working with whatever gear that I've currently got. And honestly, this one isn't too bad, I think, for a start, at least for my purposes with her. I'm pretty happy with this. I will need to make sure to actually ascend her, but I do have crit damage on this amulet as well that I can use on her. We're gonna ignore that flat attack and that flat HP and focus on the main stat there. And then in terms of the rings and stuff, not looking super great. I'll probably upgrade a couple, find something that just kind of works with her in the stats, just really to bump things up, sell the ones that we don't need and that are bad and get some silver back. But I am pretty happy with this build thus far. And as I said, I think this is gonna be enough for me to at least get a start in the Sylvan Watchers faction, because so far, I didn't even check how many stars I was at for it. So far, that's 7, which is quite low and could be improved upon. So I won't be able to actually test her out there until this is open, but I am happy that I actually have her now and she is built. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1, and then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. That is my Leminisi build, and as I said, once I try her out in Sylvan Watchers, I will let you guys know how that actually went and how she helped me out. But I do want you guys comment down below and let me know what build are you planning to put onto yours. Be sure you also subscribe so you don't miss out on that future video I talked about when it comes out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!